Good afternoon. My name is Michael Fox, and I am here today to ask for your help. Now, I did this video earlier, but apparently there were some audio issues with it. Hope this corrects it. The point is a little bit of history for you. On April the 5th, I lost my job of 7 years. And I can't look for another job because I have no required state ID for the I-9. And I wanted to go over with you what happened to cause that to happen. And a few years ago, I lived in Boston, and Boston's a very expensive place to live, and unfortunately I didn't make that much money, so I was temporarily homeless. And while I was in the shelter, my wallet got stolen. And in that wallet, it had my North Carolina driver's license as well as my social security card and of course credit cards, but those can be replaced fairly easy. In my case, the ID could not be replaced easily because I was born in France to American parents, and there's a certain form called an FS 520, FS 240 rather, and it's called a report of consular birth. And I didn't think much of it at first because I didn't drive at the time, and I have a picture copy of my North Carolina driver's license, and basically it skipped my mind because I just and most people take ID for granted, I guess, but anyway. In that after a short time in Boston, I moved to Jacksonville. And again, I didn't drive, so I didn't think much about getting an ID. And I thought I was secure in my job. Well, as of April 4th, I no longer am secure in that job. So now comes the need to get ID. Now, for me to get ID, I needed a notarized request form to request a copy of it. And it took me a little bit of time to get a notarized request form. Why don't you show that to you? Give me a second. Let me find that here. Hold on just a second. Okay. Here is the form that I sent out requesting the FS 240. And it gets my name, date of birth, place of birth, and names of my parents. And also, I actually wound up sending a check for the $67.56. And and then about a week and a half later, I did a follow-up on them and got this back from them. Now, the important parts of this state that they are operating with limited staff, and they did respond to me in 5 business days, but they requested more information, and I haven't heard back from them since then. Now, the second part of this is you should expect to receive your document in 12 to 16 weeks from the date we received your request. Now, I haven't confirmed that they received it yet. I didn't send it, return receipt or anything like that. About 12 to 16 weeks is 3 to 4 months. And that doesn't help me get a job or anything like that, because I can't take a job until I get ID. Now, if you ever heard of the I-9, if you ever worked in America, you've heard of the I-9. An employer can't grant you employment without you filling that out and having the requested information. And the only exceptions to that are if you were hired before 1986, which I won't be, your casual domestic services, which I can't do because I've got a bad back, independent contractor. Most independent contractors actually work for another company that needs the I-9, so temporary or staffing agencies. That one I'm not quite sure about, but I don't think that that would work either. So my problem is I just cannot get a the job without that ID. And so I'm asking you for a little help. If it's going to be 3 to 4 months before I get that, then I'm not going to survive until my money runs out and I'm evicted or things like that. So I'm asking for your help. Now, my rent right now stands at $1,000 a month. So I'm asking for 4 to 6 months worth of rent and expenses to cover that 4 to 6 months. So I set up the GoFundMe to help me with that, and I'm asking for a total of $10,000. So this is me asking for your help just to get over the hump there, and that's really about all I can say at this point. I just can't survive without that. And my heartfelt, this is really hard for me. My heartfelt gratitude for your help, any help, would be so appreciated. Anyway, that's all I have to say. Thank you and God bless.